history is a complicated thing. So I'm going to tell the story of the origin story of the famous Irish folk song Ora Shadabach Hawaila. But before I tell you that story, first I have to tell you the story of Patrick Pearse and his weird poetic inclinations. But before I tell you that story, I have to tell you the story of the Battle of the Boyne. And before I tell you that story, I have to tell you the story of the Siege of Derry. And before I tell you that story, I have to tell you the story of the Williamite War. So strap in, motherfuckers. So around 1688, this guy named King James II, he's king of Britain. The whole kit and caboodle, he's great, King James. And people in England do not like King James. They fucking hate King James. Oh, King James, he's a wanker. Fucking wanker, King James, because they've recently had a Protestant Reformation, and King James, dun dun dun, dramatic chipmunk noise, has converted to Catholicism. Oh no! Fucking hate that! But so people in Ireland are thinking, hey, King James is Catholic now. Maybe, since most of us are Catholic, he'll give us some of our land back or give us home ruler. I don't know, fucking something. I assume people in Scotland had some opinion of King James, but it's not important to the story, so fuck Scotland. Anyway. So, Parliament basically decides one day in 1688, they're like, hey, King James, we fucking hate you. You're not king anymore. We're giving the throne to your daughter Mary and her Protestant husband, William of Orange. And uh-oh, this is fucking drama bomb, guys. And so they basically, King James has to fucking run away to France. They exile him and ship him to France. Because King Louis of France is his cousin. And so Louis's like, don't worry, James. Don't even fucking worry. I got you, bro. I got you so hard. We're gonna take your throne back. And so William of Orange is king meanwhile. So around 1680 still, like, this is all happening super fast. And King James and like 6,000 French soldiers land on the southern tip of Ireland. Just like, how are we gonna get throne of Britain back? We'll go through Ireland because it's that famous vulnerable left flank of Great Britain. And so they're going up through Ireland, King James and his 6,000 French soldiers, and it's fine and cool because most people in Ireland like them, but then they get to Derry. And King James walks up onto the battlements of the city, and he's like, I'm claiming Derry because I'm going to make this a strategic strong point for my invasion of England to get my fucking throne back. And a sniper gets up on top of a church and fucking tries to shoot at him, and he kills the guy standing right next to him. So King James gets the fuck off that battlement and fucks around for a couple of weeks trying to get his army together. And the moment they get their shit together and they're marching up, there's this Protestant organization called the Derry Apprentice Boys. And just like 13 of these like fucking little Protestant little teenage fucks like close the fucking gates, boom, and King James' 6,000 French soldiers can't fucking get inside Derry. It's fucking impossible. And so they lay siege to Derry and they figure, oh, the people of Derry, they'll just give up. It'll be fine. But no, the people of Derry hold out for fucking 105 days, which doesn't sound like a long time, but is a long time. And like they run out of food so fast until it gets to the point where they're like eating fucking horses and dogs and rats, and they're like one step away from cannibalism. And like some 8,000 people are fucking dying. Anyway, after 105 days, William of Orange has fucking noticed that King James is trying to invade England through Ireland, and the Williamite forces, they come in down from the north, and King James is forced to flee to the south, and Derry's fucking saved. And they celebrate that still, the Prentice Boys in Derry. Anyway, so the Williamite War happens. It takes about a year. William of Orange and King James are like doing the do. And then there's a battle of the Boyne, and it's down near the southernmost tip of Ireland. I can't remember which county it happens in. But they're fighting, and basically King James is winning. They're doing great. And they're like, oh, the battle's happening. It's going good. We just got to keep doing what we're doing. And King James decides, we're going to press the charge or whatever. And his military advisors and the Irish citizens are helping out. They're like, no, King James, this is a bad idea. You shouldn't do this. And King James is like, fuck it, I'm feeling fancy free. And he charges forward like a fucking idiot. And that's the end of it. Like, William of Orange, totally able to rout his forces, and King James is forced to flee the country, and people are really sad about it because they thought King James was gonna be like their bro king and like was gonna give them freedoms and shit. Anyway, this is all important because King James's grandson, they call him Prince Bonnie Charles, I think, and he's French, but like he says some things or whatever, and he's like, oh, I'm thinking about maybe coming back to Ireland and trying to reclaim my throne. It's never gonna happen, by the way, but Irish people are like kind of happy about this, so they repurpose this old folk song, and they write it and they change the lyrics, and they make it about Prince Bonnie Charles. Oro Siad Island is like, Oro is like just a cheer. It's like, yay! And then Siad Island is like, welcome home, and it's like a welcoming home of like Prince Bonnie Charles, and they think, it's like, oh yeah, we get our good king back. Anyway, a couple more 100 years passes, none of that goes anywhere, which is, you know, kind of the tale of how these kinds of things go. And we're getting up to Easter 1916 Rising, and there's this guy named Patrick Pearse, big, important guy in the Rising, kind of this big nationalist figure. And he's thinking about this song that's been around for like a couple 100 years now, Oro Siad Island, and he's like, this is great, but no one now really cares. Like, we're fighting for independence for Ireland. We don't really care about Prince Bonnie Charles. He was a foreigner. He was, for all intents and purposes, he was French. And he goes to his nationalist buddies, and he's like, hey, what if I change this song and I just rewrite the lyrics and I make it about Grana Nimala. I make it about Grace O'Malley, the fucking pirate queen, who is this fucking badass, lovely Irish woman who like shaved her head when she was 12 so she could like ride on the seas, and she like talk to Queen Victoria and negotiate shit like a fucking badass. And everyone's like, yes, Patrick Pearse, do that. And that is the story. I hope you liked it. Grace O'Malley, pirate queen, yeah! You're just really fucking cool, right? You didn't read about her. It's good. I have nothing else to say. It was a knee slapper. I'm funny.
Oro Siad Island, Oro Siad Island, Oro Siad Island, and Mishar Hutton Towering. Siad Island, Berlin, was the bear grace to be giving a new Hebra, he said of Melloch. To deal the Lashna Gauliv. Oro Siad Island, Oro Siad Island, Oro Siad Island, and Mishar Hutton Towering.